welcome back to GameWorks. Yesterday was CitizenCon 2015, the 3-year anniversary of Star Citizen officially being announced, or the crowdfunding being started, and a lot of big news came out. This video playing in the background right now was how they opened the show. It was just a 3-year review, and looking at some of just the start of it, looking at how it's changed between there and now is pretty great. All the links to all the videos that you'll see in this video are down below if you want to go watch it, but this is just a short review so you don't have to go and watch the whole 2 hours and 30-minute presentation or something like that. So the first bit of news that came out was the SATEC update. They showed what they've been doing with it over the past few years, past few months, and they showed off the base model, which looks pretty good. I'm not too sure on the throttle; it looks slightly flimsy, but they've widened the base, added some toggles on the bottom, and also everything disconnect. They showed off a prototype of this as well, and then they showed the keyboard and how it all connects together, because the whole point of HOTUS is meant to be modular, so you can take off the joystick and put it on your numpad as they've done there, and it looks really good. Unfortunately, they didn't have the most expensive version, which has a little OLED screen on the bottom, as it says there. We have a little OLED screen showing your heads-up display, which won't be too great if you're wearing an Oculus Rift, but I think that's pretty cool. And then we get into the stuff that will come soonest, I suppose, for us. SC Alpha 1.3, adding 2 new guns, size 4 bearing ballistic cannon, which Robert, and I quote, said is like a sniper rifle, so that's going to be fun. And there's also Apocalypse Arms Mass Driver, which is a size 2 weapon, which I think is that railgun on the bottom by the looks of it. They're also adding additional emotes, this time with sound. You can also change the loadout in the hangar, so I think they're opening up shops maybe. Arc Ops additions and improvements, new elevator, new chat, and improved AR. So I think that's the maybe gloss heads-up display thing. Then also we'll get buggies, and so you know the little grey cats that you drove around your hangar and seemed really pointless. Well, now that they're in Arc Corps, and all I can imagine is Mario Kart races going on around Arc Corp now. And just in case you die while driving your buggy, they're adding in respawn, and also they're increasing the amount of players per Arc Corp. The hangar lighting has been completely redone in Southland and Revel and York, which they didn't show off in this, but it was an ATV this week, and it looks superb. And that's animated clouds and screen videos. No one really cares too much about that. Now, I'm not sure when they said this is coming out, but they said sometime soon. The Million Mile High Club. This is like one of the really early backer award things, and it looks like you can create your own one, because you got your jukebox, which I don't know I think you can load your own music into. You've got all this nice stuff, but then this page says you can fill it with your own fish, plants, and other decorations that you find or purchase. So I think you might be able to customize your own in a way, but that's situated in Arc Corp. And now we get onto the bigger stuff. The Sabre. This thing looks, I don't know, this is one of my new favourite ships. It looks like a Vanguard. I think this is the new Aegis style with the 2 massive turbines on the side. It looks a bit like a Vanguard, and it's meant to take on the Hornet. So finally, Hornets will not be the most OP thing in the game. They will actually have something which can kill them. There's the stats on it. They've got 2 nose-mounted weapons and then 2 little smaller ones next to it. It doesn't actually say what they are there, but I had a little look on the website, and it's got 2 nose-mounted laser repeaters and then 2 laser guns on the side, which will be good. And then the missile hardpoints are like a bomb bay, which are on the bottom, which open up. And now, if you have an extra I don't know, £1,000 lying about, you can now go and buy all the stuff you didn't buy before. So doing a little ship sale for 48 hours with the Vanguard, Starfarer, Gemini, Gladiator, Super Hornet, Gladiator, and Retaliator. And also, if you have $300, I don't know how many pounds, just lying about for 48 hours, you can buy the Armada pack, which is all that stuff I just mentioned, plus an Idris P. I'll have a closer look at the Idris P later on, because it looks amazing. And then in smaller news, which they released this onto the website like 24 hours earlier, but they thought they might as well mention it. The Cross upgrade, can't be even bothered to say that. CCU system has been, if you've got a Hornet, you convert it back to a revolver, but that's not yet. They're going to do that soon, but you can convert a revolver to a Hornet for, of course, money. And now the star map. This is interesting. This is only supported on browsers at the moment: Chrome, Firefox, Safari, and Internet Explorer, but not mobile, which I thought would be a bit strange. It's also not in the game. You have to physically go onto the website and look at it. And I thought mobile would be the obvious place to go, because I know loads of people have stock screens, but still, I think it'd be easier if they had it like on an app or something. But that might be later down the line. But the star map, it looks amazing. Just looking through this video, you can see how many star systems there are. I think red means Vandal, yellow means developing, so little scouting parties have found it. Orange is pirated systems, blue is human controlled systems, yellow is Banu, and green is Zion. So you can see all of that, and this is the game. This is basically the end game. When the game finally released, this is all the systems. You can go around all the systems, look at all the satellites orbiting, all the planets. They've even added in some little things, so you can see the hostility of the area, the population of the area, the economy. So if you want to go sell stuff, where's the best place to do that? And also they've added in a feature, a bit too early but it's still nice little feature, to plan a route like a sat nav to get you from, I don't know, Earth to Virgil, even though the Vandal planets you can't actually look at. They're the only ones you can't look at because they're apparently restricted access. But there you go. And it's just a nice little thing to play around on. That will eventually make it into the end game. Now, going back into slightly smaller news, there's a new referral program, which basically, when you ask someone to sign up to the game, if you give them your code, you'll get a referral point. And if they actually buy the game, then you get a recruitment point, and these go into your little cache. And basically, the more of them you get, the more rewards you get. And by entering that code, they get 5,000 UEC to start. So for every referral, you'll get a Squadron badge, which will go on your little magnetic board. For every 3 referrals, you get 15,000 UEC. 5 referrals, you get a fish tank. 10 referrals, you get an Aurora. And then for 25, you get a gold ship model set, which is basically most of the ships in the game in a gold die-cast little thing, which look pretty cool. They did a little tutorial video, which will probably explain it a lot better than I did. And yeah, there's also some other rewards which were on the video, but what they didn't talk about in the PowerPoint, such as guns for your ship and that. And now this is the big news. They surprisingly released Squadron 42 last night. I say release. By release, I mean they showed off the opening cinematic, which looks amazing. I'm only going to put a little snippet of it in here because I want you to go watch the full thing to get the full experience, because it just blew my mind. They've got I think it's Gary Oldman as like the main senator, and they've also showed off some behind the scenes of how they did it and stuff, which is pretty interesting to watch. But it was just mind blowing. I think this is probably the best bit, or the second best bit of the night. You need to go watch the trailer. It was just amazing. They also shared some features. So basically, true next generation AAA game. Sorry, not AAA, which was, I agree with totally. Just by this trailer and the tour, which I'll show off in a second, it just looks amazing already. It just blows everything else out of the water or out of the sky. There's over 10 hours of just cinematics. They did state that the main characters, they're like the top, their facial and outfits and everything, that's the top. But secondary characters, they haven't gone into as much detail, which I don't blame them, because there is no point if it's just a little side character that no one cares about as much. But it would be nice if they'd done everything, but who cares? It still looks amazing. And you, as I'll show in a second in the tour, there's different paths, like the butterfly effect by the looks of it, because you can turn, when you're having a conversation, you have like two options. You've got the nice option, which I'll show in a second, or you've got the bad option, and which I thought was a bit odd, but it could work, and it'll be fun to see it. So, and at the end of the trailer, it says 2016. Don't know when 2016, but 2016, which is better than nothing, I suppose. But yeah, and also it's available to pre-order now from the Squadron 42 website, which shows off the game's features, character biographies, and some in-game footage. So go answer the call, as they kept saying. And then they showed off the Morrow tour, which is basically the first little mission of the game when you get to UE Stanton, which looks amazing. You get dropped off on the Idris basically, and you just have a little tour around it. This is the Idris P that you can buy in the Armada pack. So everything you see in this, you will get in the Armada pack, which is pretty good. Morrow seems a fun little character, and the Idris has grown like tenfold, if not more. And now, this is where you might want to sit back and relax, because this is the big news. This is the biggest news of the night. SC Alpha 2.0. They've done away with what they said they were going to do at Gamescom, which was they were going to release PlanetSide, then FPS, then Multicrew. They're now going to release Multicrew, FPS, and PlanetSide, the rest of the PlanetSide, all at once before the end of the year. So that is only one system, Stanton, which you can go have a look on the little star map, which is pretty cool, and which I think they said was 200,000 kilometers high, 1 million kilometers square. So that's a massive space, completely just open for you to explore. There's no way you're going to feel cramped or anything. And in that you've got the gas giant, which is equivalent of the size of Jupiter in game. It's 3 moons which you can all go land on. You've got Port Olisar, which is where you spawn. 64 different random spawn points on the station where you spawn. And what's interesting is you spawn in, you then go to this little checkout desk, I'd say, and then you choose your ship, and it will tell you what landing pad to go to. And they showed this off in the live demo, and then you can go get in your ships. So me and my friends, we're gonna spawn. One of our friends got a cutlass, so we'd spawn on a cutlass. We'll then, 2 of us would run out to that one. One of our friends would say spawn in as Avenger. He'd run to his Avenger. We'd go to the cutlass, and then we'll meet up, take off, and then meet up above the station, and then jet off wherever we wanted to. So we could go to the security post, which I showed off, which was the FPS station, as they call it. And there are loads of random weapon drops and I think it's Port Olisar again. You can go sell all the stuff you find, but if you die, there's nothing stopping them to getting in your ship, which will be parked outside, and then they could just fly off and scrap that and get money for that, and that's pretty cool. If you get damaged in a little dogfight, there's a repair station which you can go land on, and little drones will come out and repair your ship for you. So that, I think that's called the Cry Astro Service Platform. So rearm, refuel, and repair. You've got offline communication arrays, which when you've got to EVA out your ship, which I'll talk about in a second, and go inside and reboot it, and it'll give you navigation coordinates. So basically, any ship, first person, multi-crew, any ship, you can EVA out of. They didn't say how to do it. It's probably like a num key button or a combination of buttons, but you can open up your cockpit, just EVA out, go mill about in space, and when you're done, just get back in your ship and fly off. And then you've got the other research satellites, which you can use to get to new jump points. I don't think they're going to be operational in 2.0 because I'm pretty sure you can't leave Stanton, but this is the first taste of what the game will be. I can't wait for this to come out. So next 3 months, please go by quickly. So that sounds all amazing. I got some minor changes, so you can now do, when this comes out, you'll be able to have precision manoeuvring to allow you to land in like spaces. You've got space combat manoeuvring, so standard flight basically, so for when you're dogfighting. You've then also got supercruise and quantum travel. So basically supercruise and quantum travel both use fuel, whereas the other two, they don't. They just use your power plant. But supercruise and quantum travel use fuel. Supercruise is basically you go over your top speed and in a straight direction. So basically this is when you're trying to cross massive areas, but you don't need that aren't too far away, like massive empty areas or running from a battle. And basically this makes you, even though you're going super fast, you will not be able to maneuver as much. So basically when you're in this mode, if you want to point in the direction you want to go before you activate it, because otherwise you will not be able to change direction at all, which is pretty cool. And then also you've got quantum travel, which we've seen quite a lot of recently, which is you spool up your quantum drive and jump to wherever you want to go. And obviously you can't change direction when you're in that at all, but it will. You need minimum velocity, so I think that's probably the max speed your ship can go, and also fuel, which you can buy from doing various missions. And that's another thing, 38 missions will be available in SC 2.0. So go watch a demo of that. They'll show off and explain a bit more of what I just talked about. And then that's pretty much it for CitizenCon 2015. So go watch all those videos, and I'll leave you with Chris Roberts badly singing Happy Birthday. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and like if you liked this video.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Star Citizen. Happy birthday to you.